Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome back to another video. Now, if you're into those lanyards from the 70s, those cars that look like there was never enough space to park them, or those cars that look so comfortable you want to live in them instead of drive them because they so comfy, so spacious, a little bit too big. Yes, we may say that, but sometimes the bigger the better, right? Sometimes you feel more protected, and sometimes it's too big for your taste. But let's give it a proper presentation. What I got for you right now, it's a 143 scale before I forget, a 1974 Chrysler Newport. Before I forget, as you probably noticed, this is a resin model and it's made by GLM, which stands for, I think I knew last time what it meant, I forgot now. It says Great Lightning Models. GLM, Great Lightning Models. And it looks quite good. One thing I always have to say about resin models, I love them. They're so detailed, but they're so fragile and delicate, especially the trims. And I know with this brand, GLM, I'm not gonna badmouth them, but I'm gonna say the truth. I do notice that their trims usually are not the best glued or put together, and sometimes they can start coming out little by little. This one still haven't gave me big problems. I see a bit of the trimming around the doors are sticking out, but I'm gonna leave it like that for now because sometimes when you wanna fix them, you make it worse. So if it's not bad, let's just leave it the way it is, right? Save yourself a headache and don't make it worse. Now going back to this beautiful lanyard, there's a Chrysler Newport. It's the basically the 1974 to the 1978 model. Okay, it was actually redesigned in 1974. Actually, they claimed they downsized them. So the 1973 and before they were even bigger. They they downsized them by 12 inches. I think I read before. So it was actually, it says here the 1974 to the 1978 Newports were some of the heaviest cars ever produced by Chrysler. It says because of the embargo, the oil embargo in 1973, the sales of the full size cars plummeted because the gasoline back in 1973 skyrocketed big numbers. And you know very well these cars are gas guzzlers. They drink gas like no other. So unfortunately, that affected their sales a lot. The Chrysler Corporation was especially hit hard as no smaller cars were sold under the Chrysler brand. Actually, Chrysler of the big three, Chrysler, Ford, and Chevrolet and GM, Chrysler was always the one that were more reluctant of making smaller cars. Ford and Chevy and Ford and GM all together, they kind of woke up and they say, you know what, we're gonna have to start making smaller cars like the Ford Pinto, like the Chevrolet Vega, or the Corvair. But Chrysler was not really into it until later, very later in the game, quite a little later, quite a little too late in the game. All right, engines in this beautiful big car. There was a 5.9, a 6.6 liter, and a 7.2. All of these were V8 eight cylinder altogether. No diesel, only straight up gasoline or petrol, how you call it in your market, in other markets around the world. All right, guys. Before I forget, this car came as a two-door hardtop, also a four-door hardtop, and a four-door sedan. All right, everyone. I'm gonna let this car go around a few times, and I'll be right back. All right, everyone. So, what do you guys think about this nice looking 1970s American car? Did you like them? Were they too big for you? Were they actually too big for the for your roads? I know in many parts of the world the roads are very narrow and there's not enough space for these type of cars. And then gasoline was very expensive, so that made it even worse. But what do you guys think about it? Were they attracted? Were you attracted to it? Did you find them that it was reliable if they were sold in your market? Do you still see them around? Do you see them in car shows? Do you see them in the streets? I personally haven't seen a Chrysler Newport in many years. They were like I said before, they were not sold in big numbers, so there are not many around. And obviously, this car is already about 55 years old, so the numbers are even less. Not 55, about 51, the oldest one. So it's already half a century old. Obviously, not many of them left, and if they were not big in being a classic, even worse. All right, guys, don't forget to click and subscribe and click the bell next to the subscribe button. Don't forget to give me a beautiful thumbs up that shows me that you're interested in these videos and it helps me sharing the videos to other fanatics of diecast and resins and white metal model cars. Okay, and don't forget to comment below. Like I said before, take care of yourselves more than ever, and goodbye.